Hey there, folks. Okay, back to the 2010 Ford Fusion Sport water pump replacement. So tonight I got the timing cover back on. That was fun, I will say that. Recommendations on doing the timing cover. So first off, again, even with the engine jacked up, you still have tight clearances here between the shock tower and everything. So what I did and what I would recommend you do before you put the timing cover on with the RTV sealant on it, I would do several trial fits. Practice putting the cover in the engine bay and on the engine without any sealant on it. That way, you know when you do have sealant on it exactly how you're going to finagle it in there. Because the key is you don't want to smear any of that sealant anywhere. You can easily get sealant on a number of places. You can easily get it on the phaser, on the chain, both phasers and chain, or on the block, inside the block there. So basically, like I said, if you do, I did 7 or 8 trial fits before I actually put the RTV sealant on the cover and put it on, and it went very well. Again, you just have to take your time and be very careful, be very conscious also where you're holding the timing cover. You don't want to try and move your fingers and end up, grabbing a mating surface that's got RTV all over it. So, but anyway, again, I'm documenting all this to show that this procedure can be done with the engine in the car on a 2010 Fusion Sport. And I will also add that once the cover is on, you need to follow the factory torque tightening sequence on all the timing cover bolts. Now, if you look on YouTube under Robinson's Auto, the gentleman there that did the water pump replacement on I think it was a 20, I don't think it was a 2010, but anyway, it was a Ford Edge. Anyway, he includes the tightening torque sequence in his video, and that's what I used, and that was very helpful. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to get the cover on, get the bolts finger tight, and then follow the tightening sequence. And you need to work quickly because this RTV sealant sets up in about 30 minutes. So I use the Permatex Ultra Black. Others have done this procedure and used the same RTV with success. So that's what I used here. You can also use the Ford recommended factory equivalent. So anyway, the cover's on. It's torqued down. I've got the motor mounts back on, top and bottom. I had to replace my torque strut at the bottom, so that is now on. So it's ready for reassembly. So I'm pretty happy with progress so far. Again, I've been taking my time on this because I do have another vehicle to drive, and I have a company vehicle for work, so I don't drive this car that much anyway. So now the fun part, of course, will be just reassembly. So get everything back together. The other thing you want to do, and you do want to do this before you put the timing cover on. I did this as well. Once you get the timing chain and everything back on, and you get all your timing chain guides back on and torqued down, and you put your timing tensioner, your chain tensioner in and release it. You're going to want to crank this engine through several rotations, let's say 3 or 4, just to make sure that your timing marks are lined up and you don't have any interference. Very, very important on this engine. Do not skip that step. Just on the off chance that you goof something up and you've got your timing off. So, but again, if you use the cam tools to lock the cams and marked the chain, if you're going to reuse it, then you should be fine. So. But like I said, the rest of this is just reassembly. Again, the fun part here will be putting the power steering pump back on because it, of course, is buried. There's 3 bolts for that. So that's pretty much it for now. I will update more as I make more progress. Thank you.